Rain lashes against the glass windows of a towering skyscraper. Inside, Clara Hayes sits across from Ethan Blackwood at a long, glossy boardroom table. A marriage contract lies between them. Ethan's voice is cold, cutting through the silence. "Ethan, sign it, Clara. Either you become my wife, or your family loses everything tomorrow." Clara's trembling hand hovers over the pen. Her eyes shine with unshed tears, but not fear, determination. "I swore I'd never fall into his trap again, but for Noah, I have no choice." She signs. Ink bleeds into the paper, sealing her fate. Earlier that day, Clara rushes through the dimly lit hospital corridor, her heels clicking on the cold floor. She clutches her phone to her chest, staring at the message she just received. Final notice: Hayes & Co. faces bankruptcy unless full repayment is made by tonight. Her mother is in the hospital, bills piling up. Her father's business, their family legacy, is crumbling. And her 4-year-old son Noah waits at home, innocent and unaware of how close their world is to collapsing. Clara whispers under her breath, "Clara, I can't let him lose everything. I can't let him suffer because of me." That night, Clara is summoned to the top floor of Blackwood Enterprises. City lights stretch endlessly beyond the windows, but the room feels suffocating. Ethan Blackwood, dressed in a sharp black suit, doesn't even look up from the papers on his desk when she enters. "Ethan, you're late. You asked me to come. What do you want?" Her voice is steady, but her hands tremble. Ethan finally looks up, his icy gray eyes locking onto hers. "Hayes & Co. is drowning. Your father signed loans he could never repay. I could save it." He slides a contract across the desk. "But everything has a price. Marry me. 1 year. No love, no questions. Just my wife on paper." Clara's chest tightens. She hates him, this arrogant CEO who once left her broken and alone. But then she remembers Noah. "Clara, if I refuse, Noah loses his home, his future. I can't let that happen." She lifts her chin, glaring at Ethan. "Fine, I'll marry you. But don't think for a second that this means you own me." For the first time, Ethan's lips curve into the faintest smirk. "We'll see." Later that night, Clara returns to her small apartment. She quietly opens the bedroom door, and there's Noah, fast asleep, clutching his favorite toy car. She kneels beside his bed, stroking his soft brown hair. Tears fill her eyes. "Clara, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Mommy made a deal with the devil, but it's all for you." Noah stirs in his sleep, murmuring, "Noah, Mommy, don't cry." Clara presses her lips together to stifle a sob. She pulls a small envelope from her purse and tucks it under Noah's pillow. Inside, the birth certificate that proves Ethan is his father. He can never know. "If Ethan finds out about you, he'll use you like he's using me. I won't let that happen." A week later, the marriage happens in the coldest way possible. No flowers, no vows, just a courthouse, 2 signatures, and Ethan sliding a diamond ring onto Clara's finger like it's a business transaction. The media headlines explode the next morning. Ethan Blackwood marries mysterious woman overnight. Clara scrolls through the news on her phone, her stomach twisting. The world thinks she's now the luckiest woman alive. If only they knew the truth. Moving into Ethan's mansion feels like stepping into a cage. Every corner gleams with wealth, but it's empty of warmth. Ethan barely acknowledges her, spending late nights in his office. One evening, Clara overhears a conversation between Ethan and his younger brother, Lucas Blackwood. "Lucas, why her, Ethan? You don't love Clara. Why marry her?" "Ethan, because she's useful. That's all." Clara's chest aches as she hides in the shadows. "Useful, that's what I am to him. Nothing more." But Lucas notices her standing there. Unlike Ethan, his eyes are warm. Concern flickers across his face, something Clara hasn't seen in years. That night, Clara sneaks into her room and calls Madeline Cross, her best friend. "Clara, I did it, Maddie. I married him. But please, you must never tell anyone about Noah." "Madeline, of course, Clara. Your secret is safe with me." But as soon as Clara hangs up, Madeline whispers to herself, "Madeline, so Ethan doesn't know he already has a son. Interesting." The Blackwood mansion is silent, the kind of silence that feels suffocating. Clara steps into the massive dining hall, dressed simply, her hair tied back. A lavish breakfast is spread across the long oak table, but only Ethan sits there, scrolling through his phone, not sparing her a glance. "Good morning." Without looking up, "You're late." Her jaw tightens. She takes a seat, but every bite feels heavy. She remembers Noah's bright laughter over pancakes at home and feels a pang of guilt. This place feels like a prison. "Noah, I'll come back to you soon. Just hold on." Later that day, Clara makes an excuse to leave the mansion. She hurries to a quiet neighborhood where Noah's nanny lives, carrying groceries and toys. As she kneels to hug her son, his tiny arms wrap around her neck. "Noah, Mommy, I missed you." Clara, smiling, though her eyes are misty. "I missed you too, sweetheart." She spends the afternoon with him, teaching him to draw and sneaking him cookies. But she doesn't realize Ethan's car is parked down the street. Inside, Ethan watches through tinted glass, his expression unreadable. His driver glances at him nervously. "Sir, should I?" "No, just drive." But his hands clench into fists. Who is that boy? Why does Clara look at him like he's her whole world? Meanwhile, Madeline Cross lounges in a chic cafe, sipping her latte as she speaks on the phone. "Madeline, yes, Ethan and Clara's marriage is nothing but business. Everyone knows he doesn't love her. She's just convenient." She ends the call and smirks. "Madeline, Clara thinks she can hide Noah forever? Once Ethan knows, I'll be the one he turns to, not her." She snaps a photo of Clara and Noah from her phone, one she secretly had someone take. The child's resemblance to Ethan is undeniable. That evening, Clara returns home, trying to slip into the mansion quietly. But Ethan is waiting in the living room, glass of whiskey whiskey in hand. His gaze is sharp, cold. Ethan, where were you? Startled. I went shopping. Shopping? For hours? You really expect me to believe that? She swallows hard but forces herself to meet his eyes. Do I need to report every step I take? This is a marriage of convenience, remember? His lips curve into a bitter smile. Convenience doesn't mean secrets, Clara. Their eyes lock. His full of suspicion, hers full of hidden fear. For a second, the air between them feels heavy, almost suffocating. A glimpse of truth. Late at night, Clara sneaks into her room, pulling out a small photo of her and Noah. Her tears spill as she runs her fingers over his smiling face. Suddenly, the door creaks open. Ethan is standing there, his face shadowed in the dim light. Ethan, who's the boy? Heart racing, shoving the photo into a drawer. No one. Just my friend's child. Ethan studies her face, his jaw tightening. Ethan, she's lying. But why? He doesn't push further. He simply turns and leaves, but his suspicion only deepens. Madeline scrolls through her phone, staring at the photo of Noah she had taken. She zooms in on the boy's face, then on Ethan's. The resemblance is undeniable. Madeline, soon Ethan, soon you'll know the truth. And when you do, Clara's world will shatter. At Blackwood Enterprises, Ethan sits in his corner office, the skyline glittering behind him. He should be focused on numbers and contracts, but his mind keeps circling back to the boy. That child, his eyes, his smile. It's uncanny. He looked like me. He picks up his phone. Ethan, dig into Clara's movements over the past year, find out where she goes, who she sees, and look into the boy. The private investigator nods and leaves. Ethan leans back, swirling his whiskey. Clara Hayes, what are you hiding from me? At a charity gala, Clara walks in beside Ethan, her gown simple but elegant. Cameras flash. Reporters whisper. Ethan keeps his hand at her back, projecting the perfect image of a devoted husband. Across the room, Madeline watches like a hawk. She glides over with a glass of champagne, her smile too sweet. Madeline, Clara, darling, you look radiant. Must be from all those little outings you take in the afternoons. Clara stiffens. Ethan's eyes narrow at her, suspicion flickering. Forcing a smile, Madeline, always so curious. Don't you have anyone else to bother? Leaning in, secrets have a way of coming out, especially ones with big brown eyes and a familiar smile. Clara's heart nearly stops. She glares at Madeline, but the damage is done. Ethan is watching them closely. Later that night, Ethan drives home alone with Clara. The silence is suffocating until he finally speaks. Ethan? Who is the boy, Clara? What? Ethan, cutting her off? Don't lie to me. I saw the way you looked at him. I've never seen you smile like that, not even in this marriage. Her fingers tremble in her lap. She wants to tell him the truth, but fear for Noah's safety grips her. Clara, if Ethan finds out, he'll take Noah from me. I can't lose him. Clara, he's no one. Just a friend's child. Ethan slams the brakes, the car skidding to a stop. He turns to her, eyes blazing. You really think you can deceive me? Clara, if you're hiding something, I'll find out. Days later, Ethan's investigator reports back. Clara frequently visits a small house, always bringing groceries, toys, or books. Inside lives a young boy. Ethan decides to see for himself. He arrives unexpectedly, catching Clara playing with Noah in the yard. Her laughter is soft, genuine, a side of her he's never seen. Noah notices him first, tilting his head. Noah, Mommy, who's that man? Clara freezes, her heart stopping. Ethan steps closer, his gaze fixed on Noah's face. Ethan, it's him, the boy. He looks exactly like me when I was a child. For a brief, fragile moment, Clara sees something flicker in Ethan's eyes. Confusion, maybe even longing, but it's gone in an instant, replaced by cold steel. That evening, Madeline visits Ethan's office uninvited. She casually sets a photo on his desk, Clara holding Noah. Madeline, I thought you should know the truth. She's been lying to you all along. That boy, he's yours, isn't he? Ethan stares at the photo, his hand trembling slightly. His entire world tilts. Betrayal, anger, and a dangerous curiosity burning inside him. Ethan, mine? Could it be? Madeline smirks. She never trusted you enough to tell you, but don't worry, Ethan. I'll never lie to you like that. Late that night, Ethan storms into Clara's room, slamming the door shut behind him. Ethan, voice low. Tell me the truth, Clara. Is he my son? Clara's blood runs cold. Her secret, the one she's fought to protect for 5 years, is teetering on the edge of exposure. Her lips tremble, but she doesn't answer. Ethan steps closer, eyes dark and furious. Ethan, if you don't tell me, I'll take him and find out myself.